Good morning. It is 4:15 in the a.m. I am headed out to Austin, Texas, to Pace Bend Park specifically for the Pace Bend Road Race. It's a 25-mile circuit race. I've never done a circuit race before. 4 6.2-mile loops, as I understand it. It's pretty punchy. This will be my first time at this race, which I can say that about most of my races this season. The forecast calls for it to be wet, whether that's just the roads are a little bit shiny in spots or whether it's we're getting poured on in thunderstorms remains to be seen. However, the weather is warm this time, unlike my last race. It should be in the high 50s to low 70s depending on what time of day we're looking at. My race rolls out at 9:30 in the morning. For right now, I've got about 3 hours to go until I get there. If I turn off the dome light here, you can actually see that it's still really dark. It's still really early, but I'm really looking forward to this race. I think it's going to be fun. It should be short, should be fast with some punchy climbs. So I'll talk to you guys when we get to the race. Morning, guys. How you guys doing?
Good. Are you racing?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. All the way down to the right.
All right. Thank you so much.
Yep. Have fun.
Okay, so we're here at Pace Bend Park. It's surprisingly dry this morning. Was not expecting that, but it's a little bit breezy. The first races just went off. Gonna go get warmed up, find the teammates, and get ready to go. All right, we're here at the start. I don't know how long we have till we roll, 15 minutes maybe. But so far, no rain. Let's race. So at this point in the second lap, we've got a guy on a two-man break, and I'm having to pull up to Dan here, who's working really hard at the front, and tell him, hey, we've got a guy up the road. We're not working anymore. And so at this point, he and I just kind of sit on the front, and this is really where our team starts controlling the race. Our racer Chisholm is up the road in a two-man break. They're not real far up, but there's no sense in us working. We, might as well see if the other teams will get organized, and if they do, we've got enough guys back here that we can counterattack. So at this point, this is really where the race started going well for our team. So I want to go ahead and skip to the last 3 or 4 miles here. we've done our job. We controlled the race, the entire race. We got our guy up ahead in the two-man break. It stuck. So Daniel takes off here and puts down just a blistering attack, but it's really early. I mean, it's like 3.5 miles out from the finish line. Like, nobody's expecting this to go. So we're just ripping to get onto this. I mean, you can see how hard Dan is pumping over there on the right side of the screen just to stay with this attack. We're like, oh my gosh, this guy's going crazy. And there he pops. But, you know, he's been out of racing for a long time. He's been on a hiatus. He just wanted to test his fitness out. We've been sitting on this race, so, you know, we're all, you know, the 4 of us who aren't up the road with our break, the rest of us on NWCC, we're all pretty fresh. And so good on him for getting out there and testing out his legs and seeing where he's at. But, man, I definitely burned a match there thinking that we might be going or I might be missing a lead out. And now we've got, you know, maybe 3 minutes to recover. So that was costly. But, you know, it was fun. So almost immediately after that attack, you can see Dan up front here with one of the Steiner Ranch guys. And he's going to make some slight contact with his hip on the guy's bar. I mean, it's incidental. It doesn't move anybody. You know, he moved a little bit, and then the Steiner Ranch guy just gets livid. And you're not going to be able to tell from the camera angle, but, I mean, I'm sitting right behind them watching this, and he just, I mean, it doesn't look like it there, but he just cuts Dan's front wheel off right there and does it again, just kind of feints at his wheel. And I'm just sitting back here like, let it go, let it go. But overall, you know, bumps happen in racing. I thought it was pretty minor stuff. I thought the reaction was a little over the top. Dude's probably a nice guy 90% of the time. I think he just got a little miffed. No big deal. But we're closing in on the finish, so I'll just let it go, and you can watch the end of the race. All right, so Kevin, what'd you think of that race?
Oh, it was awesome. I had a great time. I really enjoyed it. And it was nice having Northwest control the front of the race.
Yeah. Dan, what'd you think?
It's a good race.
Good race?
Dan was at the front just doing whatever he
Yeah, we had a podium. We controlled the break once it got away. Dan,
the race down. That's our style.
Yeah, Dan did that. Controlled the peloton really well. Good race. Ladies, what'd you think?
Not last.
Woo!
Danielle, what'd you think of the course?
We'll find another one.
Was it tough?
Get a couple more people group
There
up,
was
so really
supposedly
slow
a big
down,
hill.
get right on
Let's
there,
just
and
say
then
they all looked the same.
That was my
Irene, how'd you do? Third? How was the race?
Hard.
Strong answer. Strong answer. What'd you think of the course?
It was very hilly and it was a little wet and a little slick, but everybody held their line. And
How'd you do on that hard right turn right after the finish? A little sketchy?
Yeah.
Yeah, the first loop I did, I was like, I did not realize you guys were going that fast. Jeez Louise.
Paul, tell me about the race. How was it today?
It's pretty hard. In WCC, they sent a guy up the road, and you know the rest of the guys in their team didn't, rightfully so, didn't want to do any work, which is fine.
Crest did a lot of work today, man.
Yeah, one guy. So it was one guy was doing all the work, I guess, trying to bring it back and working with a couple of the guys from Austin. But the rest of the peloton didn't want to work, so we busted our rear end to try to get it done, but no one wanted to work with us. But all in all, it was a good day. First race of the season for me, and it was good to race with some of my guys, some of my friends from the Houston area, and look forward to getting after it again in a couple of weeks and see what we can do with the rest of the year.
Awesome.
We're going to go into second place today out of NWCC, Chisholm McDonald.
So as you saw, we got Chisholm on the podium at second. His breakaway stuck. Successful day for the team.
Personally, it was a little frustrating because, you know, we sat on the race the whole time, so I didn't do a lot of work. I'd like to have felt like I raced. And, you know, third place was there for the taking. You know, it was only a two-man breakaway, but I got smoked pretty hard in the sprint, finished in the mid-teens. That's something I need to work on. There's no reason on an uphill finish like that I should have fallen back as far. I got passed by as many people as I did. I hate to say this, didn't put in enough effort on the sprint. Two, that's just an area of my racing I need to work on. But, man, it was a good result for the team. Pacebend Park is an awesome place to race. That is a great course. Having no center line in effect is awesome. I would love that for every race. Beautiful place to race. The rain held off. The Bone Shaker Project did a fantastic job organizing and running the event. No hiccups. Fish hitting was great. Rollout was on time. Packet pickup was organized and well done. So kudos to those guys on that. Congratulations to the riders who podiumed. Overall, good experience. I've been up since 4 in the morning. I'm going to get home, say hi to my kid who went to gymnastics introduction thing, even though he's barely a year old today. So I'll be excited to hear about that. And then we'll be back racing next weekend. Until then, ride on, guys. Okay? You look unhappy with it.
You're starting too late
On
when
the
you do
second
the first one.
The first, okay. All right, let's just keep it rolling. Keep it rolling. I got this one.
Let it
I got this.
go.
I got this. Let's just.
Okay,
don't
well,
stop.
it's already.
Let's just go.
All
Yeah,
right.
it's recording.